So when thinking about what things you can get that are going to really change your life for the positive, dishwasher was not on my list until we got this Samsung dishwasher. But more on that later. It doesn't have physical buttons. It doesn't have buttons that give you any kind of feedback other than a little indicator light and an audible ding ding that you'll hear in a minute. The racks are confusing. At first, it seems very generous that there are 3 racks instead of 2. However, the top rack can only take a certain kind of item at a certain height. The what used to be the top rack, glasses rack, is really organized in a way that doesn't hold as much as the old dishwasher. And the lower rack has a few problems of its own as well. The dishwasher seems to be more narrow in general from left to right, but also we have to put our dinner plates in at an angle. They're about 10.5 inches wide, and when they stand straight up, we found that the rotating shower arm was getting caught on the dinner plates, and things were coming out not as clean because it wasn't able to spin around and get a full 360 wash. And it doesn't have a true grinder, but it has a filter, which they suggest you hand wash every month. It's right there in the center under that linear bar, which moves. You can pick that up and unscrew the filter. So these buttons aren't great. They do work, but they're confusing. The start button is super confusing because it has multiple taps to delay it. If you hit it once, you're telling it to start when you close the door, but if you tap it again, you're saying 1 hour delay, 2 hour delay, and it doesn't show you that until you close the door. It'll say 1H on the front of the machine. So the machine runs at 39 decibels as stated in the manual. The dishwasher is running right now, and I'm about 2 feet from it. The app is novel. It tells you where it is in the cycle. You can pause it, cancel the wash, but most of all, it's handy if you ever want to get data analysis on how many kilowatt hours it estimates that you're actually using. The second coolest feature of the dishwasher is this. It auto opens at the end so that it air dries. It does it all by itself, which is really kind of slick. And via the app you get push notifications when it's done. Not sure how I feel about that. So yeah, the connected appliances are great, right? But in this case, registering to use the app was part of a third-party data breach at Samsung. I'm not really sure it's worth the risk. So yeah, the number one feature I love about this dishwasher is how quiet it is when it's running, even when it's washing. You kind of get used to being able to have a conversation, being able to have it run while you're eating dinner right next to it. It's really, really nice. Dislike side, there were issues with the height of our plates, which we're not going to go replace our plates, but we luckily found a way to kind of angle them in there to get clean, and a few other things about the grinder and the price we paid for it. But overall, it's so peacefully quiet that we're really happy with it, and definitely recommend something this quiet if you can find one at a reasonable price.